It's time to go balls deep.
The EA Sports College Football Headquarters podcast.
Yeah, buddy. And I am excited to get right into it because I get to flex my creative muscles, do fun creative stuff.
I like creative episodes.
That's why this whole thing exists.
Exactly. Yeah. This is so that you can indulge yourself.
Yeah, the self-indulgent, masturbatory, make eye contact right in the mirror festival that is this whole thing.
But you know what? Our creative episodes. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. You know what? Hold on. Let me back up.
Yeah, please.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Balls Deep.
Oh, yes,
man.
yeah. See, that's how ready I am.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Welcome and thank you for coming back and joining us today on another episode. Remember to like, subscribe, hit that follow button, download the episode early.
Yeah.
Rate the podcast. Give us a little help here, guys. We need your help to grow this podcast, and we want to thank you guys, the members of our SAC, who
That's
get
right.
in here every goddamn week and listen to the show. You guys are the shit. Okay, Al.
Yes.
I know you want to get to jerking
I
off.
know. We got to do a sponsor.
Yeah,
mean,
I know. We
gotta
got to
pay
get.
the bills.
We
yeah.
got to pay the bills, though.
Okay.
We got people want to give us fucking money for this shit.
Right. And we got a tip to get
Yeah,
to on
and
top
we got
of
a
that.
tip.
We have
So
a
we're going to
format.
do our very first, just the tip segment.
Yeah.
It's not our very first, but
No,
the
it's
first
the
segment.
first segment,
Yeah,
yeah.
just the tip.
Okay.
We are going to go to you. Who is the sponsor for just the tip today?
It is Deep Dick's Fishing Bar,
Fuck, I love
Iowa's
that place.
finest lakefront bar. You can fish right from your bar stool at their outdoor patio. Enjoy a drink with your rod in your hand.
All right. And I'm not going to forget, what is the tip?
Aha, there we go. Look at this. Dude, we're so professional.
Dude, we're on fire right
All
now.
right. The tip is that when your lady friend gets mad at you and you're like arguing back and forth, and then she says to you like, well, you said, I don't want to go to the right, and she does that voice, and you know that
Me,
yeah,
me,
exactly.
me. Do you ever do the hand puppet?
No,
when she does
what
that?
I do-
she'll fucking hit you if you do that.
What I do is I say, you know, when you say it like that, it does sound really rude.
Oh.
Yeah, and oh man, I really do sound like an idiot. Do I really sound like that? I must sound like a fucking moron.
You know what? I really
Yeah.
enjoy your relationship counseling tips. They are some of my favorite. Yeah, but go on, please.
Yeah, I have been married for 17 years.
Yeah, glorious years.
Yep, still not divorced.
Nope.
And that is something that I recently started doing to, when she repeats back what I said and puts that idiot accent on it. I'm like, fuck, man. I didn't realize I sounded like such a moron.
Yeah.
Yeah. And,
Does she respond to that?
yeah, negatively.
Negatively?
Yeah.
Does not.
Yeah.
Doesn't.
No.
It doesn't help.
Maybe that's the tip.
You know what would probably help if you
Yeah.
sounded like maybe like what was his name, like what's
James
his-
Earl Jones.
No, well, James Earl Jones, that would be good. No, but
Yeah.
what's the guy, Shatner? What was his
William
name?
Shatner?
Maybe if you
Okay.
spoke like that.
Maybe with like the pauses.
Yeah, exactly. I think that would help.
I already put my clothes in the dryer.
Dude, exactly.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah.
She's a Star Trek nerd.
You
It's
should
one of
try
the ways.
that.
You
Maybe
know,
to grease the wheels.
yeah, that's one of the ways that we've made it last this long. Is there's mixed households where the one person likes Star Trek and the other one is Star Wars.
Yeah.
and we both like them both.
Sure.
but we both prefer Star Trek
Yeah.
because it is superior.
Whatever. That's up to you. I mean,
Surely you have a preference.
yeah, it's not Star Trek.
Dude.
Yeah, but look, it's not even the new Star Wars because the last trilogy was fucking hot garbage. But
No,
the
1 through 3
original
was garbage.
trilogy,
7, 8, and 9 were good.
no, they were not. They were
Yeah.
not.
All right. Well.
No,
my
even though the
standards are
chicken
low.
there's, she's cute.
Oh yeah. That's true.
I'd lightsaber her.
Yeah, but is she
In her-
hotter than Carrie Fisher?
Oh yeah,
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
yeah. Carrie,
All right.
because I bet you the new chick, whatever her name is,
Yeah.
shaves.
Yeah, that's probably
Yeah,
true.
it's got
yeah.
like a little lightsaber landing strip or something like that.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Yeah.
Look at us getting to the important
Yeah.
issues.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, so what are we here for today, Al?
Dude, we are here to read more of Coach Ra.
Coach Ra.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the novel that I've been writing. Yep.
Yeah, I'm excited because I love this story so much.
Right.
Because it's the humor is really good, but the story itself, if you actually follow the story is really good.
Yeah, it follows like a real story
So do you
arc
remember where we left off?
I do.
Okay,
I
why
had
don't
to
you
look it
quick
up before.
recap it?
Okay. So we started out with the prologue, which you guys have all heard because it's as we record this, it's our second most downloaded episode, and it'll probably be the most downloaded
by the time they read
by the
this,
time this
or
comes
hear
out.
this. Yeah.
Yeah. Where CoachBot was born in an experiment between that involved a weird science experiment.
Sure, okay.
With a fleshlight and a football, and he's a football genius, but got fired in disgrace.
Okay, but then we also, it hasn't aired yet, but we have Coach Raw.
Yeah, so then
Right.
there's 2 episodes of Coach Raw. And the first
Yeah.
one, Coach Ra's talking, or Ra at the time, not
Yeah.
Coach Ra, just the sun god Ra.
He's talking with
talking to
Baphomet.
his buddy Baphomet
Yep. And
about,
then-
like he's bored.
About
he
becoming
wants
a
to
coach.
Get,
Okay, and then in the
Then
last
he
reading, the
gets
one
hired,
that,
he becomes a coach, and then he starts coaching, and it's going terribly.
Okay.
Because he knows nothing about football, he knows nothing about coaching, and he just really wants to be worshipped, and that's all he's interested
Okay,
in.
and so we're going to pick up there now.
Yeah, we're going to pick up. So in the last scene
Uh-huh.
of the last, so he's got to do something to turn this program around. He's going to get fired.
Okay.
And that's goddamn embarrassing when you're a god.
Sure.
To get fired by some low-level athletic director at a small college.
Yeah.
It's not something gods are used to.
Okay, so we're going to pick up right there. then.
So to let off some steam and to relieve his stress, he goes where people always go.
Didn't he go to
do that.
CoachBot?
Yeah, he went
Yeah.
to the dark alley. Well, he just went to a sex robot.
Yeah.
And then the sex robot gave him football advice.
Yeah.
And then he has the realization at the end of the last chapter, oh my God, that was CoachBot 3000.
Okay, and
yeah,
so-
the disgraced robot.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. So
Okay.
here we go. Chapter 6. After a narrow victory over the UNLV Rebels, Utah A&M traveled to San Diego to take on the Aztecs and suffered another brutal loss, giving up more than 10 yards per carry. Ra has returned with the team to Logan, and as he steps off the jetway into the terminal, he sees the Utah A&M athletic director, Blake Hatch, walking toward him with purpose. Ra cuts to his right and tries to lose himself among the players, but it's too late. Hatch confronts him. "Coach, welcome back to Logan. I need a few minutes of your time." "You may make your supplications when I return to my office," Ra says dismissively. "Better yet, use my offerings box. That way I don't have to see you." The little pyramid has been up for 2 weeks now, and the only offering thus far has been a discarded tissue. "It has been a long day," the god tells Hatch, "and I wish to retire." "I don't need to talk to you, Coach. It's the media. You haven't held a single press conference since you've been here, and they're getting restless to ask you some questions." "I'm not interested. I will decline this invitation." Hatch becomes serious. He leans into Ra's space. "I'm not inviting you. I'm instructing you. You're going to have to answer for these losses. CoachBot 3000 had this team on the right track, and you've driven it into the ground. CoachBot 3000 left this team in disgrace, and you fired him. Not to mention," Ra suddenly glows brightly, using his booming voice, "who are you to speak to me in this way?" Hatch closes his eyes and reaches into his jacket pocket. It's clearly a move he's been rehearsing as he pulls out a pair of dark sunglasses. "That doesn't work anymore, Ra. I know you're not Elohim. You're just some forgotten god scam artist who sucks at coaching football."
I like that he wears sunglasses.
Yeah, 'cause
to deny Ra his power.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
yeah,
it. It's
overcome by just a simple pair of sunglasses.
That is
Yeah.
amazing. Go ahead.
"You're going to go out there and talk to the press, and don't look to me for cover. Oh, and one more thing. Remember what I told you. If any of the local reporters ask, your name is Egyptus." "And remember what I told you," counters Ra, refusing to be pushed around. "Who the fuck is Egyptus?" "We don't have time to get into it, but Egyptus is a perfectly plausible and believable person from ancient Egypt, and no right-thinking Gold Diggers fan would say otherwise, and certainly no Gold Diggers coach. Now get out there." "I will talk to the press," Ra relents, "but I will not lie about who I am. My divine countenance speaks for itself." And with that, Ra humbles himself and walks to the prepared lectern where the press has gathered to ask him questions. For the first time in millennia, Ra finds himself ill at ease. He has no idea how to hold a press conference and has no idea how he will answer the questions about to be posed to him. Hello?" He speaks into the microphone. "I am the head coach of the Utah A&M Gold Diggers." He holds for applause. There is none. I guess I'll take your questions." Hands shoot up, and the press begins asking their questions all at once. Rob points to a reporter in a clean white button-down shirt and a blue tie. "Hi, Coach. Brigham McConkey from the Deseret News. Coach, your predecessor had this team off to a great start. Now it looks like your players are lost out on the field. Are there problems with your game plans?" Ra is shocked by the boldness of the question. He is lost, and his mind goes blank as he enters into something of a fugue state. Words leave his mouth seemingly on their own. Absolutely not. I have the best game plans. Beautiful game plans. Ask anybody. They'll tell you I have the biggest and the best game plans. Next question. He points. Zebediah Young Smith with the Salt Lake Tribune, coach. What are you going to do to get this team back on track? Ra answers easily, without thinking. I have great plans for this team. We're going to be a wonderful team. Really the best team. The Gold Diggers are going to be better than anything you've ever seen. Believe me. He points. Yeah.
This sounds a little familiar. I'm not sure.
It does sound a little familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Well, good. I'm glad you get what I'm going for here.
Okay.
Lehigh Noah with the Millennial Star, coach. It seems like you're not really saying anything meaningful. Can we get some specifics about what you have planned for the next game? This question upsets Ra. Is he being called out? You're a nasty, nasty person. You're a loser. You're never going to make it as a reporter asking questions like that. Look at all these beautiful fans. He gestures to a largely empty room. They love me. We have some of the biggest crowds at our games. We're setting records with our crowds. Can you see that? You're the reason nobody trusts the media. Ra points to a person in the back. Maybe he'll have better luck back there. Benjamin Cowdery with the Messenger and Advocate, coach. ESPN is reporting that you don't run drills at your practices and that you don't even know your players' names. I want to give you an opportunity to set the record straight. What's the name of your starting quarterback? Ra's in a rhythm now and answers quickly. ESPN is a garbage organization. They hate me. I have a lot of friends at ESPN and they used to be good, but they've gone way downhill. Big time. I know all my players. Trust me. Ask our fans what their names are. I have fans all over the world and they love me. They tell me all the time what a great job I'm doing. They don't ask stupid questions like all of you. This press conference is over. Ra walks away from the lectern, passing Hatch on his way out of the airport. What the heck was that? Hatch asked, incredulous. I think it went well. They love me. Did you see them? They ate it up. You should be thanking me for all the press I get this team. It's huge. As Ra leaves the building, a sports reporter from One America News turns to her colleague. I like this new coach. He tells it like it is.
Ah, dude, that was good.
Yeah.
Is that the end of that chapter?
That is the end of that chapter.
Dude, that was good. I like
that's
that.
fun.
Yeah, that
all
was
right.
fun. Yeah.
Chapter-
I noticed that your voices are pretty good for this.
Yeah. You know, I'm trying.
You're working it. You're almost to audiobook level.
Well, the thing is, like, by the time there's only going to be like 5 main characters.
Sure.
And so they each kind of need a distinct voice.
Uh-huh.
When I get to like the secondary characters, that's where it gets tough.
Yeah, it's good. Get a little dicey.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chapter 7. A few weeks later, Ra and Baphomet reconnect for dinner at TGI Fridays on the Celestial Plane. It's a celebration for both of them. Baphomet's MTSU Blue Raiders have had another fantastic season and will be playing in a New Year's Day bowl game. The Utah A&M Gold Diggers squeaked out a victory in their final regular season game against an awful Wyoming Cowboys. The Gold Diggers didn't win as much as the Cowboys lost, giving away 5 turnovers in a lackluster effort to finish their season 2-10. The Gold Diggers finished at 6-5 and are bowl eligible for the first time in 14 seasons. So I want to step out here to digress that when Ra took the team over, they were 3-0.
Yeah, because this was the
CoachBot.
Utah State though was the proxy team, correct?
Yeah, back in the day, right. And so they had started out 3-0 under CoachBot 3000, and then they won 2 more games.
Sure.
On CoachBot's momentum.
So you were 5-0 at one point?
No, yeah.
Okay.
I think so. Or maybe I was like 5-1.
Okay.
But the important thing is that Ra has essentially gone 1-5.
Oh.
Yeah, but they won their last game against Wyoming and they made it into a bowl game.
Okay, go.
So it looks like I finally have this coaching stuff figured out, Ra says proudly. I got invited to the Armed Forces Bowl against the Roadrunners. Yeah, I like the way your team looked for your last game, Baphomet says. They started to show some of the spark they had under CoachBot 3000. I take it you've been consulting with him? First of all, CoachBot 3000 is the one who takes it, Ra says defensively. Second, it sounds like you're giving him credit for my wins. I won those games. He's not the coach anymore. Ra, I saw the last game. The play selection, the strategy, the discipline. That game had the Splooge-o-Matic's Jizz-Covered fingerprints all over it. It's fine, Ra. There's nothing wrong with getting help where you need it. That machine is a football genius. There is something wrong with it, Ra counters. We're supernatural beings, Baphomet. We are supposed to get the credit. ESPN was saying the same bullshit as you. This looks like CoachBot 3000's team again. Ross says, mocking. I won't stand for it. When shit goes right, the gods get the credit. It's been that way for thousands of years. And do you know why? Baphomet answers flatly. Yes, I do know why. It's because humans are simple, and evolution gave them an overactive faculty for spotting agency. No, stupid, Ra chuckles. We get the credit because we deserve the credit. Whenever your team's kicker makes a field goal, you should be praised. Whenever he misses, he should be blamed. It is the proper order of things. Baphomet takes a delicate sip from his appletini. Oh yeah, I get it. Kind of like when a church burns down and a Bible is left intact. People talk about how great God's power is, forgetting the fact that the whole fucking building just got destroyed. Exactly! Ra is pleased that his friend seems to finally understand. Yahweh was always the master of that shit. Duke could kill 6 kids with a meteor and people would actually thank him because the 7th kid was only paralyzed. Whatever his faults, that God is a master of public relations. Baphomet is frustrated that his friend clearly doesn't get it. He decides to drop it. Here's to a successful season, Ra. The two clink glasses. Are you going to try to get the footballatron a job on your coaching staff? No, absolutely not. He's already getting too much credit, and I just had a winning season.
I like that. I like that they keep changing CoachBot's name.
Oh, yeah, referring to him in different ways.
I love that, yeah.
I don't think I need him. I can win just fine on my own. Baphomet shakes his head incredulously. Good luck with that, buddy. By the way, I saw your defensive tackle using a Cleveland steamer technique during the last game. Did you teach him that? Of course I did, Ross says proudly. Like I said, I have this coaching stuff dialed in. You sure do, numbnuts. A Cleveland steamer is a sex act where you take a shit on someone's chest.
He set him up for that one.
He did, yeah. Baphomet, dude, he knows how to set up Ra.
Keep going.
Yeah. A few weeks later, the Utah A&M Gold Diggers would suffer a disappointing bowl loss to the UTSA Roadrunners. In the first half, the Gold Diggers defense only allowed 7 total yards, and the Gold Diggers led 10-0. In the second half, the team fell apart, committing 5 turnovers and getting outgained 264 yards to 69. Nice. The Roadrunners won 23-17. After the game, Coach Ra enters the locker room. His players are gathered around waiting for a post-game speech. There isn't one. Ra walks into the coach's office and closes the door. Athletic Director Hatch is waiting for him. Great, Ra thinks sarcastically. Just what I need. Hatch starts in on him immediately. What the frick were you guys doing out there? I've had loose stools that look better than your team. Ra finds himself speechless. He is not used to being spoken to in this way. Hatch continues. Well, what do you have to say for yourself? Ra finds his voice. The players have failed me. It is good that many of them will be leaving to take on menial jobs. They were insincere in their worship of me. They erected 0 statues to me. They haven't put an ounce of gold in my offerings box. They also wear bulky underwear, which inhibits their movement. I didn't even recruit these players. The sun goes down too early during Mountain Standard Time. What kind of stupid area code is 435? And I still can't find decent parking.
I love the parking.
At least your excuse game is on point, Hatch softens. Listen, Ra, I flew here planning to fire you if you lost to the Roadrunners. But after the game, I sat in this office and I prayed on it. I'm going to let you stay. Wow, Ra's voice is dripping with sarcasm. After the first bowl game in more than a decade, what a surprise. Hatch asserts himself. You're going to be on a short leash, mister. I expect to see more of you around campus and around town. No more coming down just to get worshipped. I expect you to hold practices and call plays and do all the normal coach stuff. You better put a winner out on that field. You hear me? Ra has lost his emotional footing. Is this how low he is sunk? Being intimidated and scolded by a mortal?
It is. It is how low he is
That
sunk.
is exactly how low he is sunk.
Yeah, things are dire.
Of course Ra will be coming back next season. He's in charge around here. He's the god, not Hatch. It's time to turn the tables. I demand, Ra says proudly, a parking space.
Nice. I like it. Power play.
Yeah. Oh, then I have good news, Ra. You're going to get a parking space. Yeah, it'll be right out in front of your on-campus housing. I hope you enjoy your new roommate. Ra glows brightly in fury. No sunglasses will stop what's coming. You will not speak to your betters this way. You will give me that parking space, and I will not be sullying myself in campus housing. Not for you, not for anyone. I will put a winner on that field, and my glory will be honored. Hatch is cowed, but satisfied. All right, you'll have your parking space, but don't forget that this mortal is the one who signs your checks. I'll be the one deciding your future here. Hatch turns to leave, his face red with sunburn from Ra's divine brilliance. Ra takes a deep breath. I can't believe I let Baphomet talk me into this shit. Yeah, buddy. All right, so let's move on to Chapter 8. We'll get in one more chapter before we get out of here. A new season has begun. Ra stands at the 50... Oh, and there's change coming.
Oh, I like it. I like change.
Yeah.
I don't fear it.
Ra stands at the 50-yard line of the Marion Romney Memorial Practice Facility, the ROM. He wears a coach's whistle over his tunic, and he has a clipboard in his hand. Papers on the clipboard are festooned with X's and O's that look like they were drawn by a third grader. Plays have names like Pyramid Block and Thanks for the Sun.
Keep going.
In a rare proactive move, Ra addresses his team before their first practice. Players! He starts awkwardly, trying unsuccessfully to exhibit a commanding presence. He is out of his element, but he presses on. Today, we learn to conquer our foes. You will learn the ways of victory. You will be like the mighty warriors who destroyed the Philistines at the fall of Ashdod. The team meets his words with blank stares. They have no idea what he's talking about.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. I had to look this shit up.
Yeah.
There is a smattering of hurrahs. Ra continues, trying to build momentum. We will drive back our enemies. We will make them cower in their desert huts. We will take their sheep and their camels. All will be sacrificed in my honor. Behold your mighty God. More blank stares. Ra realizes this isn't working, and he disappears. He is teleported to the practice field at Middle Tennessee State, where Baphomet is running special teams drills. Baphomet, he says earnestly, you have to help me. I have no idea the team has no idea what they're doing. The team? Are you sure it's the team that has no idea what it's doing? Or is it you? The team. It's the team for sure. Look, are you going to help me or not? Baphomet revels for a moment in having the upper hand over his divine friend. I'm a little busy right now. He gestures to the ongoing practice. As soon as I finish here, I have to go to Oklahoma to argue in front of a school board. Can you believe those idiots are still trying to teach creationism in science class?
I love it.
Rob pleads with his friend. Come on, the athletic director is on my ass, and if I don't get some wins, it will reflect poorly on all the gods. You have to help me. Why don't you just let your coordinators run practice? They should have a good handle on things. Aside to his players. Nice kick, Ringo. My what? Oh my God, Baphomet says, stunned. You don't even have a coaching staff? Sure, I have a coaching staff. You've seen it. It's gold, and it has a fierce little snakehead for a handle. I even glued a little football to it. That thing's awesome.
Good. I like it.
Baphomet relents. As much as he likes seeing his friend squirm, he doesn't want to see Ra crash and burn. All right, cancel practice. Tell him you have diarrhea or something. Take this book and read it. It should be enough to get you started. Baphomet hands Ra a worn and dog-eared paperback. Ra takes the book and reads the cover. Coaching football for dummies? You can't be serious. You can always get the robot to help you, Baphomet offers. Never. That credit-stealing machine has been my worst enemy. Even when I win, people will say it was him. Then take the book and meet me for dinner tonight. Red Lobster. Apparently we have some catching up to do. You're paying.
I like those cheesy biscuits.
Yeah. Ra drops the book and teleports back to Utah empty-handed. Practice is canceled today. Be tomorrow when your mighty God creates the sun anew on the eastern horizon. Leave me. A few.
Ra is so fucking great.
He is definitely holding on to that with both hands. Yeah. Yep. A few hours later, Ra and Baphomet sit at a table for two at Red Lobster on the Celestial Plain. The Cheddar Bay biscuits are even better here than they are on Earth, as if such a thing were possible. It is the first time the two have gotten together since celebrating Ra's upcoming appearance at the Armed Forces Bowl. Hatch was thinking about firing you? Baphomet says, unbelieving. He really said that? Yeah, he really did. He was waiting for me in the locker room after the game. He said, I've had loose stools that look better than your team. That's a good one, Baphomet laughs. You guys really fell apart in the second half of that game. How are things looking for this season? Any good recruits? I think I saw some new players, Ra replies. Baphomet asks, you mean you don't know? He answers his own question. No, of course not. You probably couldn't pick a single player out of a lineup. I think that was all set up before I got here. Then that is yet another favor you owe CoachBot 3000. Ra scowls at the mention. That machine is the one who does the favors. And anyway, I've come up with a plan for this season. It's for sure going to work. He pauses for dramatic effect. I'm getting the crew back together. Baphomet's face falls. By crew, do you mean the God Squad? Damn right! All our boys from back in the day. Vishnu, Zeus, Yahweh, Thor, Pachamama, Uranus. Ross snickers at the last name, as does Baphomet. This is your plan? A bunch of gods who haven't interacted with humans in millennia? Look, I'm not going to tell you what to do. Here it comes, Ra says, bracing for a lecture from his longtime friend. You know the rules, Baphomet lectures. We can only interact with humans in ways that can be explained by natural causes. It's not like Hermes can just pick up your running back and fly him into the end zone.
Although that would be a good play.
That would be a good play, and that's why it's prohibited. You've seen angels in the outfield.
Yeah.
Same rules. Those are based on real divine rules.
I understand.
Yeah. We have to be more subtle than that. Your crew is anything but subtle. What if we send a plague of locusts to make the other team's crops fail? First of all, that's too big. And people source food from all around the world these days, so it probably wouldn't even affect the outcome of the game. Ra tries again. Something smaller then. Give the other team bubble guts. Erections that last more than 4 hours. Baphomet thinks about it. Those are more plausible, but humans have medications that treat those conditions pretty effectively. Ra lashes out in frustrations. I'm getting really tired of you shitting on all my ideas. You should try having ideas that aren't so shitty, Baphomet laughs. Why don't you just consult with the Wankatron? You know he can help you. Fuck that. If I come down with a priapism, then he can help me. Watch and see, Baphomet. The other gods and I are going to win the Connie this year. That's what the cool people call a conference championship, since you probably don't know. Mark my words, Baphomet. I guarantee it.
Nice. Good shit, man. That was good, dude. That was good.
Yeah.
Well, I enjoy the story. I hope our
course.
audience out there enjoys the story. And we have a sponsor that probably enjoys the story. And so today, who is the sponsor, Al?
Well, that's a good question. I got to find it. Appropriate to Logan, Utah, it is the Orr House.
Oh, I love Oregon's favorite draft place. I like it.
Balls Deep is brought to you this week by the Orr House.
Utah.
Yeah, that's all right. Balls Deep is brought to you this week by the Orr House, conveniently located just off the campus of Utah A&M University. You'll always remember your first visit to the Orr House, Logan's favorite mining-themed private club. Maybe dear old dad brought you once you were old enough, paid for the round-the-world special. The Orr House is a full-service establishment, giving you what you should be getting at home, but aren't. And remember, if someone from your ward sees you at the Orr House, they're at the Orr House too.
That's great. One of these days we got to try to get Rory onto the podcast.
Yeah.
Just so he could tell the story from his perspective of the time we went to Utah and we went out
to drink
for
at
drinks.
the private clubs.
Yeah, we went out for the drinks at the private clubs and that turned into a bit of an adventure. We ended up at some weird chick's house party.
Nice.
And
it was the goal.
That was literally like, I can't remember if it was after we had played in the tournament,
Magic the Gathering
or if
tournament,
it was
nerd.
Before. Yeah, we played. Yeah, it was a Magic the Gathering nerd, and anyway, but yeah, like we went, and I don't know if we both got eliminated. Then we went to this chick's party or not. But we had a good time. It was fucking way out there somewhere in Salt Lake City.
Yeah,
some prime girls there in Salt Lake City.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
they're definitely Mormony fresh.
Yeah, they were definitely Mormony fresh. Yeah, they were like the OxyClean of girls. So, all right. So, for Alan Gigax, I am Anthony Scafacci. Thank you for listening to Balls Deep. We are out.